Today is Friday, August 26th, 2016, and this is Generally Trivial.
Welcome to Generally Trivial, a conversation on the lighter side of current events.
Welcome to another episode of Generally Trivial. I am Jeff, and today with me I have Shawn.
Hello.
Jordan.
Hello.
And my dog MJ is here in the room with us. She is telling me that she is hot, but I think she's going to have to deal with it like the rest of us. We're happy to be here today. This is right about the 1-year anniversary of us starting this thing.
Woo! Yeah, it's been kind of, it's been a good year. You know, we've had a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, you've had, the last 12 months, you've had a lot go on.
No joke. Yeah, like I got married. Actually, my 1 year was like 3 days ago.
Nice.
And then...
so you can't count it in the 12 months then?
Yeah. I got a new job, and then, yeah, that was it. Nah, there's more, but you get it.
We want to tell everyone thank you for the haikus. We had quite a few people send them in, so we really appreciate that. Again, if anyone has one, if they want to send it in to generallytrivial@gmail.com, we can play it even if it's not a haiku-centric episode. If it's current event related, we'd be happy to play it. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I was seeing a video of him on the internet that he was saying his wife would be happy about, but did not make me very happy.
Oh, yeah?
I showed him shaving the Wolverine chops.
No. Oh, man.
And I think what we really need to do is start a campaign to get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine into the Avengers movies.
I think it would be cool.
That would be awesome, yeah.
I don't really necessarily want the whole X-Men convoluted timeline anywhere near the Marvel Universe,
No.
but
Just Jackman.
yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Just Jackman.
Maybe he just like shows up in the background, like chopping wood or something. You know, I don't know.
You mean like they did in the last Avengers movie?
Yeah, exactly, just like that.
Look at that guy. There's probably something special about him. We'll never know.
We could really use a hand here, but
he's got to heat his cabin.
Speaking of Hugh Jackman, recently I went to Indianapolis. I know that has nothing to do with it, but I went to Indianapolis to see a comedy show at the Crackers Comedy Club. Yeah, Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, and we went and saw Drew Lynch.
Oh,
He's
nice.
First runner-up at America's Got Talent, right? So he was in Indianapolis, and it was kind of cool. Like he's really funny. He had some openers, of course, and that was my first comedy club experience. So I'd never been, and it was a lot of fun. You know, good atmosphere, and we actually went to the wrong place first. They were like, "Yeah, he's not here. That's like 30 minutes that way." Like, oh, darn it!
yeah, we did that once with the wedding. It was like, was the Shriners?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, show up at the Shriners. So we did, but there's more than one place called that. And they were playing like bingo or something.
Yeah,
This is probably not a wedding.
the guy told us, he was like, "You can stay here if you want, but Drew Lynch is way funnier." Now, I will say the guy is like 5'10", maybe 5'8". He's not very tall. Okay, that's generous. He's 5'3".
I was going to say, I'm 5'9".
He's 5'3". He's 5'3". He is not very tall, but he is very funny. He packs a punch. Punchline.
Nice.
What about you, Shawn? Anything going on?
So have either of you guys seen any of Stranger Things?
I very much would like to, but I have not yet.
No, I haven't either.
Fantastic show. I pretty much binge watched it in one. Like I watched the first episode one day and then watched the whole rest of the series in one day on a day off. Fantastic. It's set in the 80s, so it's got that kind of 80s vibe to it. You know, there's no cell phones. There's none of that stuff. It's got elements of like the Goonies and I would say like Firestarter and even some ET type elements to it. Really, really good. Bunch of kids.
The Matrix.
No, not really any Matrix. But yeah, it's like it just kind of starts off. I won't give anything big away. It starts off with one of my favorite parts. These kids are playing D&D, which is awesome. Everybody knows I love D&D.
Yeah.
There's a lot of D&D elements throughout the show too. But yeah, these kids, their friend goes missing, and they're trying to find him, and there's this government lab in their town, and this crazy stuff's happening involving it, and it's a really, really good show. Fantastic. Nice. One of the best things I've seen in a long time.
And you said that's on Netflix?
Nice. It is on Netflix. Netflix original series.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yep. And it's 8 episodes long. The season's only 8 episodes long. They're about an hour long.
I watched an episode of Bigfoot last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a documentary on Bigfoot.
I've seen that on there. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. If you had, like, time to kill. Yeah.
I hated when they were following me around when I was trying to walk through Payless and find shoes. Because it's one thing to find a size 13, but to find it wide, it's just not easy.
And no one ever knows. Like, do you have this in wide?
We can order it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I got my shoes at Payless, and they're wide. 12 wides.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's 12.
Probably double wide, like shoes. What is that? They go off lettering, right? It's
yeah, like E and EE and...
Yeah, so if you have EE, it's like extra.
Yeah, like Shaq with his was something ridiculous. I don't even remember what it was now. It was like 24.
Yeah, 42.
What?
Yeah, his shoe size was like a 24 E or
crazy.
something. I don't even remember what it was. It was something ridiculous.
He just needs those like spray-on shoes, like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, that was a great idea, except you couldn't ever get them off. That was the only problem.
Why would you need them off?
Well, to sleep.
Yeah, I don't like wearing shoes all the time.
Or like shower. Swim. There's many reasons why you would need to take them off.
I don't know. You could probably swim with shoes.
Yeah, but when you get out, then your shoes are soaking wet. Exactly. Sound effects brought
Not
to you
if
by
it's spray
Shawn.
on. There's not enough room for water to get in.
I don't know. Maybe you're right, Jeff. Maybe I just don't know.
Nope, spray on shoes are a faulty premise.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and head into Up or Down.
Up or down?
All right, guys. The first one I got is Mai Lin Yim, a 21-year-old aspiring model, calling a fake armed robbery to try and take police attention away from her boyfriend's traffic stop. She ended up arrested because she was lying to the police.
Filing a false report.
And in this case, sounds like somebody else I know in an Olympic setting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh gosh.
In this case of sticking up for your significant other, are you up or down?
I think she had good intentions. However, I'm so down on this. You can't go any further down. I'm like 6 feet under down.
Or only 6 inches under.
Yeah,
because of the,
depending on how you go about your business.
Yeah, I'm going to go down on this one too. Not really advisable to commit a worse crime to get your boyfriend out of a small crime.
Yeah.
In election news, Duke, a 9-year-old Great Pyrenees dog, won his 3rd consecutive term as mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota. His policies sound rough, but his bark is worse than his bite. On Duke being mayor, are you up or are you down?
I'm up. I think it's awesome to have a dog mayor. It's way better than having a people mayor.
That sounds like it's a nightmare. Like me and my girlfriend always talk about spiders, and if she sees spiders before bed, she's gonna have a spider mare, like a nightmare.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome to have a dog mare.
Anyways, I'm down on this one again. I think people are just like looking for excuses to not like have stuff. have people in charge, which is fine.
Jordan, I think you hate fun.
I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. Jordan hates fun.
Listen, I love dogs, and Great Pyrenees are super slobbery, like lovable, fun barking things, and they just don't belong in a swivel chair.
Well, maybe you should say that to his first 2 terms, which were apparently successful enough for them to keep having this festival that they're voting him there at.
No joke. No joke. I am on the backside of this one, aren't I?
Yeah, talk to his first 2 terms.
And his surplus. He created jobs.
The town is thriving, bringing in industry.
Groomers' wages have skyrocketed. Police say that they've made a dozen arrests, seized 100 guns, ammo, body armor, and about $87,000 in an underground bunker at the Paradise Day and Night Bingo Hall. On this creative way to hide your early bird gang stash, are you up or down?
I'm down again. I don't think you should be like... I don't think a bingo hall should have $87,000 worth of cash and body armor and guns. And why would you need that at a bingo hall? Most of the people that are there, like...
I think that's what you call a front.
That would...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably right. That would cause most of the people that go there probably some sort of PTSD. And that's like a thing. So...
Maybe it's a bingo hall for retired mobsters.
Maybe. And so, for that reason, I'm down.
I mean, yeah, I would say down, even though I think it sounds kind of cool. Just a bingo hall full of people with tons of money and ammo and stuff stashed. But yeah, probably not the safest thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be down on this one as well.
Man, you guys are just all of you hating fun right now.
How's that fun?
Today,
okay, think about this. Think about it. Hold up.
All right.
You go and get your 4 corners bingo, right? Is it going to be more fun to yell bingo or more fun to yell bingo and then fire off the Glock?
Bingo, great!
You don't even say bingo. You just shoot in the air when you bingo. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
All right, for the last one, some German restaurants are tired of people not finishing their meals. And they're going to do something about it. They are charging patrons for food left over on their plates. Are you up or down?
Wait a minute. Charging for food left over on their plates after they've already paid for the meal?
Yes.
Yeah, so like, let's say...
That's horrible.
Let's say you go to Golden Corral.
I mean, I never don't eat all my food. That's not an option
to Golden
for me.
Corral?
Yeah, let's say you go to Golden Corral and you...
Get more out of the buffet than I can eat.
Yeah, and
That's not possible.
You go to the buffet, you eat. You're like, I want some more. You go back, you get some more. Then the third time, you're like, I really want some more prime rib. And then you go
I
back.
don't eat prime rib.
And then... and then you're like, I want a chocolate marshmallow fountain. And then... and then you just bring back like 6 plates. And then you have 3 plates left over, and you're like, wow, there's no way I can eat all this.
I think you're supposed to do one at a time.
Yeah, that's faulty thinking at a buffet. You get 1 plate at a time and eat it, and then you decide if you want more. And besides, like I said, I never not clean my plate at a buffet. So.
Well, yeah.
You're also missing the fact that he said it's not possible for him to get too much food for him to eat.
It's not. But yeah, I'm super down on this. They're already paying for the meal once. It's not like they're having to make any... I mean, they have to, dump it in the trash? Or is there any... If there's any certain way they have to dispose of the food, I guess?
Yeah.
I just hope that it shows up on your card as Kids in Africa.
Like so,
right? Yeah. That would be cool.
If they did it as a donation to a charity, I would be... I know you're just saying it shows up as that. But if they actually did it that way, and it was a donation to a charity, then I'd be up. But I'm down for them just trying to make more money.
Well, I'm going to go the other way. I'm up on it. Like, there's actually a restaurant in Indianapolis called Sushi Club that does this. And if you order a bunch of sushi, it's a buffet. And It's all you can eat. So you order sushi, but if you order, let's say you order like 50 pieces and you have more than 10 left over at the end of the night, they charge you $1 per piece. And I think it keeps people from either overeating or like, their eyes are too big for this time.
It encourages people to overeat.
Well,
because they don't want to leave food on their plate because they'll have to pay for it.
Maybe that's true. Well, I'm still up on it. Like, I like it. I like that idea.
So anything that rips people off, Jordan's for.
And
things
anything
that are
that's
fun,
not
Jordan's
fun,
against.
Jordan's.
You could be a great politician.
Just don't run against Duke.
There's no chance I'm going to win that.
Like, you might be really huggable, Jordan, but you're not as huggable as Duke.
You're not Duke.
As a Great Pyrenees, fluffy, slobbery thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting in a swivel chair. Barking orders at everyone.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take that into Did You Hear?
Hey,
Did you hear?
did you hear about this one?
Did you hear?
Did you hear about this one?
Guys, I have a question for you. Have you guys seen The Terminal?
Parts of it.
Tom Hanks?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen a Tom Hanks movie about
About an airport? You should probably get on this.
Have you ever been in an airport, Jordan?
I can't recall, but I don't believe so.
Oh, man.
And I have not seen this. What's it?
You should
Tell
look out
me.
for Tom Hanks next time you fly.
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
He does fly. Well, this story is actually inspired by The Terminal. And it's really kind of a sad one. It's about a gentleman. This story listed him as Simon Jones. It was a fake name to protect his identity. But he's a gentleman that fell on hard times because his business collapsed and his romantic relationship ended. And he was basically penniless and had nowhere to sleep. So he thought about how he remembered watching The Terminal and, quote, "Then I remembered the Tom Hanks film about the bloke living at an airport. I realized that there would be washing facilities and even free Wi-Fi." So I think that means he has a cell phone or something at least. I don't know. He's got some sort of device to get online with. Because he's been staying there. He wanted to stay there at first just for a few nights. But has been living there now about a month because no one's kicked him out. And he's been able to, clean. He's basically eating off the stuff that people leave behind that the airport restaurants aren't charging them extra for, I bet. But the cool thing is that in his kind of downtime, he is looking for jobs. He's not just kind of bumming it out, and doing nothing. He's looking for jobs online and filling out applications. So I thought it was kind of cool. At first, when I started to read it, I thought, that's neat that the movie's kind of becoming reality.
Right.
But then I'm like, man, this is sad. Because this dude is a former military guy. He served in Northern Ireland in the parachute regiment. And then worked in private security afterwards. So it seems like he should be able to get a job.
Right.
And I could even see this being like something that would, see his resourcewulness, would get him out there.
He's
so
at least trying.
Hopefully that at least, it gets him going in the right direction. But that's what I brought for us today.
Nice.
Guys, did you hear about the Roomba vacuum catastrophe?
Did not.
I want to know how many episodes you've talked about vacuums.
Vacuums are phenomenal, and really they're spelled weird. Vacuum. And
how would you spell it?
What?
How would you spell vacuum?
VACUUM. Vacuum.
No, but how would you spell it if you could choose the way it was spelled?
Wasn't weird? What's the non-weird spelling?
Well, let me get back to you on that. I'll have to do some research and development, and then I'll let you know. Maybe some some polls, some polling, national polls. Go to some colleges and universities and see what they think.
That'd be a good thing for our listeners.
Yeah.
Tell us how you think vacuum should be spelled.
How should vacuum be spelled?
Well, there was a lady who has 4 cats, I think. She woke up in the middle of the night and just this awful smell, this just stench around the house. Well, she realized that her Roomba, which for those of you who are listening that don't know what a Roomba is, it's a robotic vacuum that vacuums the house on its own, and it's pre-programmed, and like when it hits something, it turns, and then it vacuums in the other direction. So it just kind of vacuums all day, and you can set a timer on it. Well, she had it set for like 1 in the morning, and the vacuum started doing its thing. Well, the cats left a little treat. Surprise.
What kind of treat?
Poop. On the floor, and the Roomba drove right over it. Well, it wasn't like your normal, like, solid matter. It was kind of like, liquefied in a sense. And it must have, like, I think the report says it was all over the house. And actually, here's a quote. It says that those awesome wheels, which have checkered surface for better traction, left 25 but poop trails all over the house. So, like, this thing didn't stop. It hit this poop and then just kept driving. And it's all over the house now. This lady woke up and there's literally cat poop on everywhere. She's like, it's on my couch. She sits on the couch because like it sprayed. It sprayed it on the like. What do you call that? Like the curtain, not curtain, the skirt, like the couch skirt.
Yeah.
It sprayed it all over that, and then her kids stepped in it, like because it's everywhere. So note it. For those of you who might have a Roomba, think of either considering getting rid of your pets or. Because I'm against anything fun. Get rid of your pets or get a new vacuum.
That is brutal.
So that's my did you hear?
So I don't know how I follow up poop, but we've talked before about them looking for exoplanets outside of our solar system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they actually found what appears to be a very Earth-like planet in the habitable zone in actually the closest star to us, Proxima Centauri.
Huh.
So theoretically, if we were ever to develop the correct technology, like we could actually travel there.
A space elevator.
Maybe that's an idea. But yeah, they are calling the planet Proxima b. It's orbiting Proxima Centauri, which, as I said, is the closest star to our sun. They said liquid water. There's a very good chance that liquid water could exist on its surface, and
well, that's a must.
Obviously, they don't know if life exists there currently, but
yeah,
that's false. They know.
Out of the planets they've found, it is the most likely to support life. They think, and they actually said because of how close it is that it provides an opportunity for robotic exploration, like in the by near future they mean coming centuries, like within the next few hundred years, not so much like the next 10, but yeah, because with current technology it would still take,
a light year,
thousands of years to get there probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool that we have that significant of a habitable planet that close to us.
Yeah, I mean, humans should be excited because we haven't had anything new to ruin for a while.
Except for Pluto. We ruined Pluto.
By making it a dwarf planet?
It is. It's not a planet. It's a.
So I said a dwarf planet.
It's like a rock. Just in outer
It's a
space.
dwarf planet.
Hey,
that's what it's called officially.
It's still a planet because it rose by any other name, you know?
Yeah.
We can call it something else.
It just has dwarf in front of it now. It's only 4.2 light years away, though. The new
Oh,
planet.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
okay.
like, Pluto? What?
No, the new planet. 4.2 light years. So if we
Oh.
get to travel the speed of light, we can get there in 4 years.
That's actually not bad.
Of course, we're nowhere near that, but, goals. Life goals.
Squad goals.
Earth squad goals.
I'm excited to see the plot of Interstellar play out.
Yeah, actually played out in real life.
That'd be more fun than the plot of The Terminal.
It would.
It'd be pretty creepy, though.
A lot weirder.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
This episode brought to you by
Roomba mud flaps.
All the vac, none of the scat. Hey, Ryan, this is going out to you, buddy. For those of you listening who are unsure which Ryan I'm talking about, this is Mr. Lochte. We all know that something happened with Mr. Lochte in Rio. There are conflicting reports on exactly what it was, but we all can know that he needs some help when it comes to telling his side of the story.
True.
It sounds like maybe he panicked a little bit or wanted to sound cool and needed something to get out of that tight spot. So what we wanted to do is give him some rock-solid, Lochte-tight alibis. My first one is, I'm sorry, officer, but I was reciting pi back to 33 places. Wasn't me.
33 places is impressive. I would believe that. I'm sorry, officer. I was using the bathroom with my friends. It wasn't me.
I'm sorry, officer. I was busy being the second most decorated swimmer who will never ever be close to the first most decorated swimmer in U.S. Olympic history. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I was tag team wrestling with my grizzly bear partner, Cupcake.
I'm sorry, officer. I was driving an Uber at the time. I could not, in my sweet Corvette, and I could not possibly have been involved in this crime.
I'm sorry, officer, but it couldn't have been me. I was too busy casting my vote for Duke. That fluffy guy.
I'm sorry, officer. I don't know if you noticed, but I was busy being photographed in Loch Ness.
That makes a lot of sense. If I just put a T in there.
Lochte Ness.
Hey, it couldn't have been me. I was speaking on the dangers of drinking too much water that night.
Sorry, officer. I was busy swimming on Proxima B. I could not possibly have been in the area that evening.
Nice. All right, well, Mr. Lochte, obviously that you're listening to us, so
Obviously.
Since you're such a huge fan.
Before now.
Yeah.
we wanted to give you some tips on what to do next time this situation comes up.
Who's winning the internet?
School is back in session as all the local colleges started classes this week. Some are non-traditional students with parents, or in this case, one 11-year-old kid. Daniel Liu is winning the internet this week. Heard of him? The campus of University of Toledo knows him. Daniel's an 11-year-old high school student that is taking organic chemistry at the college level. A classmate posted a picture and explanation of Daniel on Twitter, which proceeded to go viral and make him internet famous. Not that winning a $10,000 scholarship from the White House or meeting Bill Nye wouldn't make him famous. It's also surfaced that he took calculus classes at the college the previous year. Daniel may be able to respond to his internet fans whenever his mom lets him sign up for Twitter, which may be when he's 13, or when he graduates high school. But In any case, this time around, Daniel Liu is winning the internet.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. At age 11, I was really just worried about what kind of new Transformer I was going to get for my birthday. So,
For sure. That's extremely impressive. Organic chemistry.
like, I legit remember my 11th birthday because I was starting to get the new Transformers that were these planes that would hook together. There was 5 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And they would all create one big
I remember that.
Transformer. Yeah, I was pumped.
That's pretty impressive. It really is, like, for an 11-year-old. I don't get it. There's no way, like, if I was 11, I was never 11, but if I was, if I had an 11th birthday, I wouldn't do that. I would like invite some friends over and have a water balloon fight and play some Halo and maybe like start a bonfire or something, you know? Of course, we live in different times, but
Well, thanks, Ryan, for sending that in. And we're going to go ahead and into quick hits.
Quick hits!
A new study is indicating that we may get more done if we go home from work early, likely due to shorter hours forcing employees to be more efficient. Give me a piece of wisdom that science has yet to prove true.
they haven't proven that swallowing gum is bad for you.
The early bird gets the worm. Pretty sure all birds get worms.
It seems that Dwayne Johnson's role of Hobbs in the Fast and the Furious franchise was not meant for him. Instead, it was written for Tommy Lee Jones. Give me a movie role that you like to see The Rock's charisma star in.
The pacifier.
A reboot of E.T. as E.T. Picture
Wow.
it.
Jarnail Singh, a 42-year-old man from India, was recently admitted to the hospital due to severe stomach pains. What he failed to mention was that he had swallowed 40 sharp metal knives.
Ouch.
What's something about you that others just don't understand?
Well, as many people know, I fly for a living. But what many people don't is that I'm afraid of heights.
Those are pretty contrary things. I don't feel like people understand, not necessarily about me, mainly about, I don't think people understand Superman well enough.
Finally, a mother in China may have set a new world record for longest pregnancy. I hope to all things good that she did set this record, because if anyone's been past this, it's amazing. She was supposed to deliver her baby in November of last year, but 8 months past her due date, she was still pregnant because her placenta was underdeveloped.
What?
The woman finally
That's
gave birth
crazy.
on 18th of August. What's something that you finally did, but only after you were good and ready?
I don't know that she was like good and ready. She's probably good and ready at 9 months. And then she's just like, I gotta do this for another 9 months.
Baby came out walking.
Yeah. Baby came out saying mama and dada.
I didn't switch to Xbox until I was good and ready.
I didn't switch my favorite type of pizza until I was good and ready, meaning I was an adult and I would eat everything in Supreme. It took a long time, but I did it.
I hear you.
I was-
All cheese is underrated.
yeah. The Supreme
Overrated.
Meat Lovers Pizza is definitely an overdog. Would you agree, Jeff?
I can eat it. It's good. It's fine. Hey, Shawn,
Yeah, Jeff.
what is the dumbest thing that you've ever heard?
The dumbest thing I ever heard. It's going to be a couple weeks ago because we took our break, but it was a Gen Con. We were at a recording for a podcast there, a live recording, and we were playing this trivia game based on the $25,000 pyramid. So I had some people on my team. What we would do is somebody would go up and sit in front of a big screen. They would put the answers up there, and then they would go around to the groups, and you would give them clues to guess the word that was up there on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the categories we picked was clearly Joss Whedon related. I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan. Watched pretty much everything Joss Whedon's ever done. I was actually wearing the same Dr. Horrible for President t-shirt I'm wearing right now.
Nice.
And there was another kid there wearing I think it was a Firefly t-shirt. So we clearly had two big Joss Whedon fans in our group. So me and him are kind of going back and forth about which one's going to go up there to receive the clues. And this woman's like, I got this. And she gets up, because we were talking about it, and she's like, I've even seen Dollhouse, both seasons. Keep this in mind. This is important. Dollhouse was a show that Joss Whedon did on Fox, ran for 2 seasons. Main star, Eliza Dushku. I love Eliza Dushku, first of all. Crush.
Hashtag.
So she gets up there, and we proceed to go through the clues, and we proceed to go through the shows. And first of all, she's like struggling with easy ones. Like somebody says spaceships, and she's like, and it takes her like 2 minutes to get Firefly. How that takes you that long to get out, I don't, when you're a Joss Whedon fan.
Yeah.
So eventually, what the question that would seem to be right in her wheelhouse comes up: Dollhouse. Somebody sitting there goes, Eliza Dushku, main star, main actress. Simple enough. Pass.
Whoa. No way.
She passes on the question, and my whole team just like loses our minds sitting in our chairs. We're like, are you kidding me?
Was this team randomly assigned?
Yeah, they just broke up the crowd into 4 teams. And I barely contained my rage. Barely. The worst part, we ended up losing that game by 1 point. We were tied at the end, and then they just picked a team. They picked the other team to do the final thing. We lost by, if we'd had the 1 extra point that she should have gotten because she watched both seasons of Dollhouse, we would have won the game, and we got cool prizes. But no, this idiot lost the game for us. And that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Pass. Just that word.
Yep.
Triggered.
Pass.
Triggered. Why don't you just pass me on the right?
Well, we want to appreciate everyone who's listened through with us for this first year. We've definitely learned a lot. I've learned a lot about editing, about keeping schedules and kind of getting things going the right way. I feel like we've got a lot better since episode 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like we still have a lot of room to get better, so we appreciate you guys sticking with us as we do that. And today we were Shawn.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Jordan.
Thanks for listening, guys.
I am Jeff, and we are out.
Well, the bird in your hand is dead, and the 2 are bush are alive, and you're trying to sell at a pet. You work at a pet store.